Hey guys, I'm in the new Porsche Cayenne. This is the Cayenne S. And something interesting to let you guys know, Porsches, right, you don't slot the key. Oh, new key. There's a new key. You don't slot the keys in or whatever. There's no start button. The dial to start it is on the left side. So back then, when you go racing, you hop up the car, you use your right hand to pull the seat belt, your left hand actually starts the car. So that's the heritage thingy that you can start faster anyway. I'm gonna remove my jacket now. Alright, so this is the Cayenne S, the one with the 2.9 V6 twin turbo engine. And this is the engine that I prefer in the Panamera because I think the base 3-litre engine is a bit too lazy. This one makes 440 horsepower and 550 Newton meters of torque. And I like this engine, I really like it. And up till now I haven't discovered why 2.9 liters, because all of a sudden you have Porsche, Audi, Alfa Romeo, Ferrari all using 2.9 liters. Is it just because of a tax bracket, or they discovered something? I have no idea. The steering response is so immediate. I find that the car is a little bit fidgety because every small tiny movement of the steering wheel, the car is giving me a response. And of course, for a sporty car, that's a very good thing. Now, first impression, is this the most well-built SUV in its segment? Definitely yes. Porsche interiors has always been immaculate. But I spotted some rough plastics at the back in the boot earlier on when I leave my luggage. Anyway, that's a small qualm. Ooh, awesome roads, man. Now when you're driving like that, you really hope that you have heads-up display so you can see at least the speedo or the direction of the navigation on the screen, because you really don't have time to look elsewhere. Oh, these are the kind of roads that people dream of. Wow, brilliant roads. Brilliant roads. The moon is huge. Fantastic body response. Oh, this car is... Damn, man. Damn. Oh. Is this an SUV? This is not an SUV. The body control of this thing is just... wow. There's no hesitation. It just moves according to your steering immediately. And you don't even need to wait for the car to shift its weight. Wow, Porsche is doing some magic trickery here. Look at the way. Wow, this car. You don't even need to travel fast. You hop on this car, slow drive, you make a turn, and you can feel how the car reacts, and then you know immediately that this is crap, man. This is not an SUV. This is a sports car on stilts with 2 doors at the back and a lot of boot space. This is a sports car. It drives like a sports car. Wow. So nice. This is a mad car. This is just the Cayenne S. It's not even the turbo or whatever, but wow. Easy. 440 horses. The way the engine pulls, I love the way this engine sounds. This 2.9 V6 twin turbo is a fantastic engine. I have a very weird thought now. When the Cayenne handles so well, why Panamera? I mean, of course, I love the way the Panamera looks, right? But with this car, your heightened ride height, your vantage point, the visibility, all these. Wow. Oh, I just noticed another thing. You know the Porsche haunch on top of the front wheel arches that always bulges up, that helps you to circumnavigate easier, is gone. This is the first time that I'm in a Porsche that doesn't have that. What a car, what a car. What a car. It's an SUV? No. Doesn't feel like it at all. So, don't get me wrong, the previous Cayennes, all of them are very capable, but this is another level. This car is another level. Like I said again, this feels like the Macan, but the Macan is actually a very small car. This feels like a Macan. Damn. This is a 2-ton car. Wow. Body control, the undulations. I mean, it's an SUV, so I don't even need to talk about undulation, because SUVs by default they can cope with it, right? But it's the way the car turns direction, tracks your steering input at a corner, and then be it the road becomes off camber or on camber, it doesn't really affect the car that much. Let's push it again. What a car, what a car. What an engine. The gearbox. The gearbox. So they did say this is an 8-speed Tiptronic across the board. And obviously it doesn't feel as lightning quick or smooth as the PDK, but it's still very, very fast. Hi guys, Bobby here, and look at the view. Just look at the view around me. I'm in Greece. I'm in this small little island down south of Greece, and when I look at the map, it's in the Mediterranean Sea, and we are surrounded by countries like those from Northern Africa. Around us is like Israel, Libya and all that. So yeah, Mediterranean, it's beautiful. It's just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And we are here for the global launch of the new generation Cayenne. This is the 3rd generation Cayenne. Now, from pictures, from videos, it might look not that different from the previous one, but in the metal, when I'm here, okay, you might see why the camera is like sang it, because we are on a very, very steep place, and the camera is trying to adjust according to, you know, so screw it lah, huh? So this is the new Cayenne. This is not the most flattering color. I'm gonna turn you guys around. Wait. Okay. Now, this might not be the most flattering color there is. It's a very nice, dark, deep blue, grey kind of color. So, for those of you who wants to be more understated. Now, it looks like the Macan, right? It totally looks like the Macan. But this is the Cayenne. And there are differences, and they are very, very subtle. So Porsche doesn't want to change the design language too much, okay? They want to keep it that way. Clean, classic, and then you have variations between how the Cayenne or Cayenne S or Panamera Turbo looks like. You can see the vents are closed inside here. Can you see that? So they're not like BMW where they close the outer ones. So the outer ones is stylistically for them is important. So they close the inner ones. Alright? When they need, they'll open up. Alright? Look at that. All that. Can you see that? I hope you can see. Okay. Now, back then, the 4 pointed LEDs are only reserved for the Cayenne Turbo. But now it has become a design language across the board. Same goes with the really beautiful 918 Spider steering wheel is being used across the board now. Okay, like I said again, Porsche don't care. They have done something great earlier on. They're just gonna move on and make something better. While that's something great, they'll just, you know, propagate throughout their model lineup. Now, the biggest difference stylistically, back then I mentioned before in my previous videos that every Porsche, the tallest part of the bonnet will always be the front wheel arch, the part above the front wheel arch, right behind the headlamp, they actually bulges up. All Porsches bulges up back then, but this is the first time where I see them removing it. Now look at this car. The tallest part on the bonnet is actually the middle, and it's a lot sleeker from the side views throughout the headlamps and all that. So this has been the biggest stylistic change that I noticed. And when I'm sitting in the driving position, I can no longer see the two bulging up parts. But somehow it doesn't hamper my driving at all. It doesn't hamper how it drives at all. Bro, you don't need to hide. It's actually okay. I don't mind one. You can do your thing, bro. Yeah, seriously. This is not a high-end production. Don't worry, bro. Yeah. So this is the Panamera Cayenne S, and inside we have, what am I doing? This is not where the bonnet lever is gonna be. It's gonna be over there. Later we'll have a look at the 2.9 liter V6 engine, and of course, this is the new Porsche design language, the slim rear lights that has the 4 LEDs as well that mimics the front, and it looks really good. Okay, it makes the rear looks wider, lower, and it's a good looking design. We're glad that Porsche sort of discovered this and then stick to it. Now it's going to go across the board. The first car that we saw coming up with this is in the current 991 Targa, or was it the 4S? The 4S has that LED light stream that runs at the back. So the top here, no surprises. We have the spoiler, and then everything else looks a bit subtle, right? So the pipes are here. The turbo ones, the quad pipes are squared. Okay? So, and they want you to really take notice. Right, the Porsche words and all that. So of course all of them has power boots and all that. This is no surprise. All these are pretty standard fare of what Porsche is. Somehow I find this tonneau cover, this part here, you see most luxury cars, right, maybe they have like another rail here where you push it up and then the thing would slot in and all that, but this one doesn't. This one you do it like how you do in a CRV. And apparently this plastic, this one, the tip, it seems like a harder plastic than this panel. So you can see tiny bits of scratches over there. Okay, I understand why they don't do that thing, you know, the ones where there's maybe another guide here or here, because when you go off-road in this car, you don't want your tonneau cover to get bounced one time and the whole thing just snaps in. Okay, so that actually happened to my car. I have an S4 Avant. So when I met a bump or something, this lower end just bounced one time and the whole thing just retracted, and then it starts flapping around. So this one might look rudimentary, but actually it's super sturdy. You won't be able to bounce this thing off in any manner. Alright, so that's the reason they do this. It might look not so premium at first, but there's a reason why they do it. Alright, and here you have the buttons to lower or heighten the car. See, I'm lowering it now. Can you see that? My hands are not moving. I'm lowering it. It can be lowered by quite a bit margin. Okay, it's done. It flashes one time, that means it's done. So look at it, it's super duper low now. Look at the ground clearance. Look at how the rear wheels are. Alright. Okay, now remember this position. Now I am gonna raise it. Okay, to its highest position. Okay, that's the highest already. I'll come back here, and now you can see the ground clearance. there is a vast difference to it. Okay, underneath here I don't see a full-size spare. I don't see space for a full-size spare, so I'm not sure. There's a big Bose subwoofer going on here, and then there are some tire repair kits and all that. Okay, of course, how all these looks really up to how they spec the car, because VAG cars, as you know, you will have the rail. If you spec it, you'll be able to spec it with the rail and all that. Are there release buttons to automatically fold the seats down? Unfortunately, I don't see them here. This is quite a surprise. And actually, right, I'm not really satisfied with this panel. This panel looks, it doesn't look Porsche. If I just if I screenshot this part, right, just this part, maybe here as well, okay, it doesn't look Porsche. It looks a bit, I don't know, it looks Nissan X-Trail. Yeah, just this part. I mean, there should be some lever or whatever that releases the seats, right? I don't know why they're not doing that. Let's go ahead and have a look at the seats. This one releases the tonneau cover. Oh wait, the tonneau cover. Will I be able to store the tonneau cover anywhere in the boot? Nope. Nope. What are these? Some fuse and all that. So the tonneau cover, when you remove it, you won't be able to find a place to store it. Okay, so that's a few points deducted off there. Now come to the rear seats. These are, of course, ISOFIX is standard now, right? There won't be cars that comes without ISOFIX as standard, and these are not very good. If it's removable, means it's lossable. You will lose it over time. You might lose it over time. Oh, the lever is here. Okay, that's new. And it doesn't. Okay, that's the lowest it will go. It doesn't fall flat, but at least it's kind of flush over here. So if you have really long objects, they're gonna dangle halfway. And I'm not sure if there are variations, because this doesn't seem like the most convenient way of doing that in an elegant manner. And again, parts here that are exposed, wow. Okay, I'm not sure if, I don't think this is standard. This might not be standard, because if this is standard, right, then this is really underwhelming. This doesn't look Porsche at all. But I don't take my word for it, because I'm sure they have many different specs when it comes to seats. Okay, this to me is a freaking no. This looks like Volkswagen to me. This looks super Volkswagen to me. And just one cushy mushy plastic that the stitching isn't even that good to begin with. And all this feels, yeah, no, please don't spec this. If there is a choice, please do not spec this set of seats, because it's a bit underwhelming. It is underwhelming. Is it comfortable? It's very comfortable at the back here. So just now what I complained is all an objective observation. It's just me sort of comparing to the previous generations. Now, legroom. I was sitting at the front just now, and I'm 5'11". This is a plenty, okay? And then look at my feet. I have size 11 feet, and I have 1 more inch to even reach the rail, the base of the rail. So in terms of interior room, right, it has been improved massively. Okay, look at this. This is the low spec car, right? Even the rear aircon vent, this little thing here is rubberized. It's not the one from the front where it's a knurled pattern metal. So this is pretty low spec, I guess, from the rear. Okay, look at the amount of legroom I have. The car looks smaller from outside, but actually within here, right, I get a lot of room. It's very, very roomy. And if you look at headroom, even though this one has a panoramic roof, headroom is good. The cushion, they might not look that luxurious as I mentioned just now, but they're very comfortable. The cushy mushy type. Nice. Alright. So what else? What else do I notice? Let's show you. These are alright, standard fare. Not much of a surprise over there. These are of course nice. The knurled patterns that they stick onto these looks good. Alright. The way they do screens, right, is seamless. It doesn't look like there is a bezel around it or anything. It just feels one panel there and all that. That's really nice of them. Aircon vents here, no surprises. In terms of fit and finish, it's a Porsche, is solid, but look at these. That's the thing with me. I always notice this kind of stuff. Anyway, inside here is carpeted. It feels really good. The leather actually wraps inside. Yeah, it's leather. So don't spec this color. If you are choosing your car, right, don't spec it in this kind of interior combination color, because you're just turning leather into plastic. So no point, right? The inlays are no surprises now. Every German car, they design a place to put inlays, then they let you spend money to change them, right? That's what all of them do now. Okay, in terms of the stitching, the finishing and all that, standard Porsche is good. Okay, it's just good. But I'm not sure this round. I mean, I shouldn't be doing all this, right? Because nobody actually does that. But when we see and when we touch, there's a difference between high quality plastics like these, the really smooth ones, these are plastics as well, and these type. So something's going on here. Okay, or it's cost optimization. Maybe they can call it cost optimization. Now let's come into the front here. Is it nice? It's nice. It's a Porsche, right? So the cabin has really nice surfaces. When you run your palms over the surface, it all feels really good. All these are not soft touch plastic. You can see my finger? This is not soft touch plastic. You know what's that? It's leather. It is leather. All these are leather. This is plastic. Leather. Okay? All that it feels good. Feels good. Wow, what are these? Ooh, Porsche vest. Okay, they're very into safety. Now, of course, the big news this round is, of course, all these are changed. So, inside here, there are 2 USB ports, not a very deep console, and then you can slide it, but that's about it. You can't hold it in an angle like an Audi does. So it's alright. I mean, cup holders are here. This is a really tiny ashtray. Europeans use it, trust me, they really use their ashtrays. Even during winter, they actually use them. Okay, no surprises here. The visors and all that, pretty high quality, nice stuff. And no surprises here either. It's quite amazing that Audi, you have the touch sensitive lights, and then Porsche, you have the actual buttons and all that. So yeah, all these are really sturdy. I mean, Porsche interiors, they are super well fitted, right? I mean, when I got up the S-Class, when I use my knees to push it, the center tunnel will move. The Porsche one doesn't even budge. And then of course there's the Jaguar F-Pace. Looks really good, but everything is so flimsy in the cabin. Let's go to the driver's side and have a look. Sorry if it takes too long, because I'm long-winded. Okay, so this is the driver's side cabin. You have the light controls over here. I've mentioned that they use the left side to turn on the car instead of a button, is because this harks back to heritage, to racing heritage. The driver jumps into the car, the left hand on the ignition, the right hand pulling the seat belts and slotting it in, and then off he goes. Okay, so it's a heritage thingy why they keep it on the left side. All right, the stocks are nice, they all feel really good. This is the same as Panamera, analog in the middle, LCD screens by the side. These are dynamic, they look fantastic. The screens are super high res. And then let's have a look at the underneath the hood. Okay, many of you complain, Bobby, why you never show the engine. There you go, that's the engine. A different cover from the ones in the Panamera, but this engine is fantastic. It has got to be one of the best V6 engines I've ever driven. It's just good. It's just good stuff here. Okay, 2.9 V6. Of course, I haven't driven the Giulia Quadrifoglio, but nevertheless, it's great. All right. So this round, Porsche's focus, they told us on the new Cayenne, their focus is on a few pillars. First thing is they want their cars to handle the best in this segment, to have a big margin. Okay. So they have rear wheel steer in the cars. So this is the first time that an SUV has a rear wheel steer rear axle. Okay. And I'm sure this thing is gonna go across the board in many cars after that. Okay, it makes the car feel so agile. It drives so well. Okay, and then you have the all the PCCM, PCCA, I don't know PCC what, all of them doing their magic trickery to the chassis, the front axle, the rear axles, and all that. The way they shifts weight, all these magic stuffs going on. The car handles fantastically. Okay, the next thing they want to do is to be super update when it comes to their infotainment system. As we all know, Porsche has been a bit lacking when it comes to infotainment, and then they gave a try in the facelift Macan, but then now this is another generation again. This one removes all the individual buttons. They use gigantic screens with haptic feedbacks and all that, and I think it takes a little bit of getting used to, but once you're used to it, it is fantastic because there's a lot of functionality going on in there. You can beam Wi-Fi into the cabin. Many devices can connect up to it. There are lots of options to play around with. The sat-nav is easy to use, it's responsive, super fast processors, super fast refresh rates, all of them. Okay, so that's the new Cayenne. We have the base Cayenne, which is 3-liter V6 single turbo, 330 horsepower, 440 Newton meters of torque. And then you have the Cayenne S, which is this one. Of course, this one is a lower spec, so the rims are tiny, okay? But there's a Cayenne S, which is a 2.9 V6 twin turbo that makes 440 horsepower, 550 Newton meters of torque, okay? And then you have the Cayenne Turbo, which makes 570 or 550? I think it's 570. I forgot. Okay, you Google yourself. Okay, it's about there, horsepower. And in terms of torque, it's upwards to 700 plus. So, yeah. This is the new Cayenne. So far, these are the range available. Of course, the Turbo S will come. Of course, the Turbo SE Hybrid will come. But that is for global market. I'm not sure for Malaysia which one, is going to arrive. But I hope, for Malaysia, I think if I myself is buying a Cayenne, I will go for the Panamera S. Because, come on, it's just 2.9 liters. Your road tax is not even 2,100 ringgit. Okay, and it pulls that kind of horsepower. It is so agile. It's so nice to drive. If you buy the Cayenne without speccing the rear wheel steer, come and see me. Okay, we need to talk. So remember, if you are buying the Cayenne, spec it with the rear wheel steer. That is super duper important. And if you can, buy the Panamera S, because the Panamera S's engine is fantastic. It is just fantastic. Okay, so yep, that's the walk around video of the new Cayenne. Okay. Oh, safety system. Safety system is a Porsche. Okay. No, it has pedestrian detection, active braking as standard. All these are standard. The 360 cameras and all that. All these come standard. But does it have all the semi-autonomous? No. Porsche is about driving, it's about sporty, it's about sports, blah blah. So power and performance come standard. In terms of safety, you can have the basic, the good ones, you know, but if you want, you know, all the semi-autonomous, those that takes the driving away, then you can go for a Volvo, or in a Porsche, you pay for it. Okay? So, yeah, I guess that's about it. A lot of talking, huh? Now to drive. Now to continue my gravel route. See that? Yeah, we have about 100 km of that to do today. Cheers.